So, this is a very hard video for me to make, folks. As the title says, this is my thoughts on Rob. I've had my unfortunate luck of losing friends. Back in July 2022, I lost Ron, who was my best friend of 33 years. Ron and I met back in '89 when I started at Six Flags Magic Mountain, or as he and I like to call it, Six Skags Tragic Mountain, because it was tragic to work there. The working conditions there really sucked. But anyway, and Ron and I developed a strong friendship, and then later he would develop the friendship with my friends, Rob and Doug, and thus that friendship became unique. Unfortunately, Ron met his untimely demise in July 2022. The big reason for that is when he moved to Bullhead City, he had stopped taking his meds because he claimed he couldn't get them, and I tried to tell him the state would provide it for him. He was a diabetic. He had high blood pressure. He also only had one functioning kidney because one was removed due to bladder cancer. I mean, Ron's had his share of health problems, but he was also an alcoholic, so that didn't help a lot. Back in 2007, he had his gallbladder removed, and then back in 2017, he had his kidney removed because it had cancer. Thankfully, it didn't spread. But when he moved to Bullhead City with me, he took whatever meds he had left and then stopped because he wanted to get a job that would give him medical benefits. Unfortunately, through the time he lived there, he lasted 6 months at the Riverside, then at the Tropicana, then at the pandemic hit. His last job was the Aquarius, and they gave him the best pay there and the benefits, but it was too late. He was rushed to the hospital because he had puked all over himself. They found pneumonia in his lungs, and they also found heart trouble. They gave him the meds, but unfortunately he did not make it. So that was one loss, and now I've lost Rob. Now, Rob's situation, unfortunately, is a sad one. I mean, I'll start from the beginning. Now, if you watch my memorial video and the viewing video during my speech, I met Rob when we were in high school. We did not go to the same high school, but we went on the same school bus, and then eventually, when I got my first car, I stopped taking the bus and I just took my car, and I would give him a ride to school, and then I would go to school. And then he would sneak out of school early because he had a 5-period class, and then I would take him home. But that developed our friendship, and from '86 to now, we had a very strong friendship. But Rob's had his share of unfortunate misfits. He got his first break back in 2007. He got accepted to go into the Seafair Corps, which is that corps out there in Long Beach. That pays very well. He was training in Maryland, and he had to say goodbye to his signature mustache. He's had that since he was very young. He had to say goodbye to it, and they also shaved his head. They kind of treat you like military there when they're training you, but that's necessary for the work you do on those ships. And everything was going well until 2009 when he went for a physical, and I think he was sent there because the workers and the supervisors were kind of seeing he's kind of slowing down, something's wrong. So he went for a physical, and the doctor had him on the treadmill, and he, doing the walk, walking on the treadmill. He had all the electrodes on him, and doctor looks at the monitor and then looks at him and asks, "How you feeling?" And Rob just replied, "I feel pretty good. Why?" The doctor says, "You don't feel any shortness of breath or chest pains or anything?" And Rob says, "Nope, I feel just fine. Why?" And the doctor said, "Well, you have three major clogged arteries that are 95% clogged. Three major arteries that are 95% clogged." He says, "So I'm going to give you two choices. I can either send you to the hospital for emergency heart surgery, or you can walk out of here and chances are you won't wake up the next day." So Rob said, "I'll take the first choice." And if it weren't for his medical insurance that was provided by that company, he would have been out over $187,000. They paid for 80% of his surgery. And the surgery was successful. Unfortunately, since the day I met Rob, he was also a smoker, and quite a heavy one. He had lightened up and tried to quit during the times that he was with me, but with no success. He tried quitting after his hospital visit during the plea from his parents, and no success. No. But unfortunately, that surgery also cost Rob his job over at the Job Corps, because they looked at him as now a liability. So he went back to security. He's been doing security pretty much all his life. And then unfortunately in 2011, him and his brother met a tragedy because their father passed away from bladder cancer. So from all these years until 2023, it's just been Rob, Doug, and their mom. And then on February 15th, Rob and Doug lost their mom. She had a heart attack and passed away. So Rob's kind of had his little tragedies there, and he also was dating a girl named Kristen, which was a big mistake because they've dated in the past, and that did not come out well. Rob kind of hit rock bottom in December. Just after Christmas, he got fired from his security job that he's been with for over 10 years, and reason being because he got into a wreck with their vehicle. He had gotten another security job and then got into a wreck with his own car, so he had no car and no job. In February, he stopped taking his meds. February 2024, he stopped taking his meds, and I didn't know about this. I was only told this by Doug, which if I was told a lot sooner, I would go out there and be supportive. Also, his church would have helped him as well. They told me, had we known that he stopped taking his meds, we would have helped him. So, Rob had previous heart surgery. He was a diabetic. So he was taking heart medication and diabetes medications. You can't stop taking your meds when you're that critical. But he did because he had no health insurance and figured he could get a job before then. Well, the gamble did not pay because, I lost Rob on September 12th of this year, 2024. So, my thoughts on Rob, though. Probably one of the greatest man I've ever known. Fun-loving guy. We had so much fun together. We laughed together. We got drunk together. We were roommates at one time, or a couple times. Sure, we'd be at each other's throats a couple times, but, at the end, we'd always shake and make up and hug each other. I was there for him when his mom passed away and told him if there's anything I could do for you, let me know. Before I even moved to Texas, I offered to Rob and Doug the opportunity for me to move out there and live with them temporarily, like 30 to 60 days, to help them get back on track. Rob and Doug are both handicapped, so they're limited. Rob's was the one. Rob is able to drive and everything, but um, I think what also contributed not only to his heart attack was one, being a smoker, two, not eating right and stop taking your meds, and three, stress, because his ex-girlfriend Kristen talked him into the calling this person that supposedly would pay all this money. It was a scammer, and this scam Rob started giving this scammer the money, which led over a total cost of $25,000. And unfortunately, the scammer, of course, kept threatening his life, threatening to kill him, kill Doug. And I pleaded with Rob. I said, stop answering the phone. Block this person. He will get the message. They're just words. He's not going to come after you. They're just trying to scare you. Well, he stopped, and then he fell victim to another scammer, which hounded him and hounded him and hounded him. He even went as far as to take money out of Doug's account to pay this scammer. That was actually the day before he passed away. I think about if I was there, would I have made a difference? Would I have helped them out? Maybe. Maybe not. It's hard to tell. But I don't blame Rob for what happened. I blame the scammers and Kristen for this, of course. And yeah, if you are listening, Kristen, you better stay the hell away from Doug's place. And don't ever let me cross paths with you ever again. But Rob and I, just two of the best friends you ever had. And, I still got a friend out there, my childhood friend, who's been with me since I was maybe 3 or 5 years old to now. And we're still the best of friends to this day. So, him and Doug and Giselle are the only three I got left. So, I realize that I'm a bit overweight and I need to take better care of myself, but it's not easy. I'm out here in Texas. We made the choice to leave Bullhead because I was not happy. Although Giselle claims that if she stayed out there, she would have done fine, but with this new job she got, she's learning job skills she would never have learned in Bullhead City that could help her in the future. So, and she's getting paid well. Hard work, dedication. Kudos to Giselle for hanging in there. And hey, it paid off. Now I just got to find something that'll pay off for me. And I'm looking. I do have a job. I work with Galveston Express. They do pay well, but they are not full-time. It's only part-time, and they do not have benefits. So I am looking. I'm also going to look under the healthcare.gov to see if maybe I qualify for their benefits for low-income people. So, Rob was a great person, a good friend, and I will miss him very much. And Rob, if you're listening up there, hey buddy, I love you so much, man. I miss you. But say hi to my dad for me. I'm sure his eyes just popped out of his head when he saw you saying, oh God, look who's here. But I know your mom and dad are happy to see you. They probably just put their arms around you and wouldn't let go of you. Jessica's thrilled to see you as well. Kevin's thrilled to see you. Jimmy. So, someday, one day, my friend, we'll meet again. That's a promise. Anyway, there you have it. This is Prince of Sin saying goodbye for now.